Hi, I'm going to show you all how to fry a pork chop today. This is the first time I've ever done a voiceover, so hopefully it works. I've got some flour going onto a plate. You see that? You'll see the mess that I made. Could have put it in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. Salt and pepper. There's the mess. Okay. Put your pork chops in there. Pat them down like you mean it. You want some flour on there, okay? You don't want to just kind of dip it. Now, I've got 4 pork chops going. They're kind of on the thin side. We're going to get them coated well. This is how to make a cheap lunch. In a nice tender pork chop, we don't want these things to be tough and dried out, okay? We'll make a little gravy and cook them down in that gravy. And these are pretty good. We had them for our lunch today, and they're gone. It's all over, but they were good. So this is a good, cheap, easy, tasty lunch. Now I'm over here at my frying pan. I'm talking about how I heated up the pan, but I don't like the voiceover that I did. So you see I'm testing it. I want it to be hot, and I'm going to put 2 of those in there like that and let them fry because they won't all fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 2 of them in, let them fry, flip them over, fry them on the other side, and then take them out and put them on a plate and fry the remaining 2. So that's what they look like when they're fried on one side. Pretty much. Do a little more. You'll see that there's a little something stuck to the bottom of the plate. That just makes your gravy taste good, okay? Just let them sit right there like that, and get a little bit of stuff. It'll come out when you start making your gravy. Now, if you got fancy company coming, you want perfect smooth gravy, then do something else. While I'm on this, I'm putting salt and pepper on these. That's all I have for seasoning. If you've got really fancy company coming, put a little bit of Dijon mustard and a little bit of white wine, and then it looks French. Sorry, French people. But it does, at least to us. And it is good. You guys over there know what you're doing with that wine. And funny, it doesn't taste like wine. Now, I guess I have about 1/4 of a cup of flour. I've got my pan down on low heat. I stirred that all up, and you're going to see I decided it needed a little butter. So, in a minute, you're going to see me trot over there. I'm probably going to break this film, too. There's the butter. Now, the thing is to do this on a real low heat. It's like on 2 on my stove. And you're going to start adding this water in. You can also add in milk. I don't know why I felt like water today, but that's what I did. Some people do use milk. Then you got milk gravy. That's good. A little bit of water at a time, and you see it kind of, come together and make a ball. Now you know it's time to add some more water. Okay, now do that again. Do not get in a hurry with it. I sped up this film, otherwise you'd be watching me stir gravy for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's sped up as much as my little My Movie thing will do here. But just a little bit at a time. Add that water, take your time, and stir like it's an aerobic exercise, okay? And if you do that right, you won't get any lumps. If you do get some lumps, you can always put it through a sieve or put it through a food processor if your people are picky. But all of that stirring, I got mine done. The only lumps there are little bits of stuff that were stuck to the bottom of the pan. Alright, one little bit more water, and maybe another one after this, I don't know. You can make your gravy a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner, depending on what you want. You could use more flour, more water if you want. I turned the heat up. I want this to come to a boil so that it will thicken up completely. Now, a little bit of chicken bouillon going on here. I'm going to show you what I use. This comes from Sam's Club, but I prefer better than bouillon. When I use up that jar, the next jar is going to be better than bouillon. If you're really on top of your game, you can use stock instead of the water, or consomme. I'm cheap, so that's what I've got. That was the point of this, was to show how to make a cheap meal. I think I paid $5.50 for this pack of pork chops, and for 4 of them. So I've got dinner for 4 for $8 maybe. If you look up at the top of the screen, like behind my hand on the other burner, I've got a pan of collard greens cooking. So that's not my vegetable going for this, but cooking collard greens is another video. Now you see me sitting there and turn around unless I clip it down as I figure out which way I'm going. I really thought I clipped this out, but anyway. All right, there's the lid. And we're going to, you want to cook them till they're tender. And it didn't take that long with these. I think it took about 10 minutes. Depending on what kind of meat you've got.
Game's over.
Depending on what kind of meat you've got, it could take longer. I've had this cook for half an hour, 45 minutes. If it's a thick piece of meat, you can do a chicken breast. You can do a whole piece of chicken. You can do cube steak. Now I've got my mashed potatoes going there. And I'm going to get myself a little bit of gravy. Turn the heat off the stove. Now, there's your $2 meal. And in this day and age, that's not bad, folks.